Football League on EA Sports. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here between the Dallas Cowboys and the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. On the return, Tony Pollard from his end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. They'll start the drive with Elliott. And right away, they're going to stack him up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. So nothing there that time. And maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't. And you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Prescott. They're looking for Lamb, but it's intercepted. And the Rams are going to take possession of the football.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity, just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down with Akers. He's down inside the 10 to the 8, and it comes on a gain of 8. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to set the tone of dominance and physicality, and pound the rock.
2nd and 2. Throw right side, going to be caught by Higbee. And the Rams are looking at 1st and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a 1st down.
1st and goal, a chance to convert that early turnover into points. Akers is into the end zone. Touchdown, LA.
Did my eyes deceive me? Or was that an I formation play that was just run there for a touchdown?
Old school eye.
How about that? Was that a fullback, tailback, running it into the end zone?
That's what that fullback's for, right? That's why you use that. Let him pay.
Without a doubt, he's an extra blocker. He did his job well on that play.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Pollard to return from the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive? Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up, loose football. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. put it on the ground here on the second drive. And, of course, Charles, that follows drive number 1 where they had the INT.
Makes you wonder what's going on with this team, because a lot of times we can attribute it to nerves, but maybe it's a lack of focus. Maybe it is the preparation for the game. Maybe they just came into it a little lackadaisical, because that's just not looking good at all. That's just not the football that we came here to see.
Following the fumble recovery, Stafford. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. DeMarcus Lawrence, make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. Man open, it's Cup. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. It's still a completed pass.
On the option to give to Swift here.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now Stafford. This is caught. That time the completion goes for 4 yards, and we're set up with a 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. He's got it. It's Higbee. Touchdown Rams. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And the Rams have taken a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And they dipped a game below 500 following the loss last week. And you get the sense that maybe this team's at a little bit of a crossroads here.
Yeah, I think that's a really good way to put it, because what's that old malaprop? If you come to a fork in the road, take it. Because this crew, they're losing ground fast. They've got to start winning some ball games. And the good teams, they're starting to separate themselves, and these guys are being left behind.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10.
A jet sweep. Here's Tolbert.
And he is going to lose yardage here. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up.
As a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not,
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, keel up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
2nd down, they'll go with Akers again. And he'll get about 3 out of that up to the 39-yard line.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Stafford on 3rd down. That'll be caught. It's Cup. He's got this to the 30 before being taken down. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
So the big play has him all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10.
Stafford with a play fake to Swift, and he'll set to throw.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10.
Stafford going to give it to Swift.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And that's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And with it, time has expired on the 1st quarter. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And the first play will be a field goal try. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. And Gay knocks this one through, and that will extend their lead even further. So 3 points there, they continue to build this first half lead.
Yeah, every little bit helps, and the more that you can put together drives and start controlling the tempo, controlling possession, finishing with points, the better off you're going to be.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do in this situation, get 2 first downs to help out with field position at the least.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Prescott looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Schultz. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Prescott down.
Open man layup. It's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Prescott. On this one, incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
On 2nd down, Elliott. And some nice running going to get him down close to a 1st down at the Rams 36. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's brought down, but not before picking up the 1st with a very effective stiff arm.
I think they like this drive a little bit better than a partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
First down, Prescott.
Outright, he finds Tolbert.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Well, they were looking to throw, holding on the big right tackle.
It's real simple, partner. Keep your hands inside in the chest area. You're probably okay. You get it out on the shoulders, get them wide. Usually going to pick up a holding call.
After the penalty, it's Elliott.
Donovan Wilson that time there on the tackle.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Throwing on 2nd and long. Prescott.
Able to hit his target Lamb. He'll get it inside the 20.
And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. And that's now 2 big catches on this drive for him.
You know, the NFL keeps talking about the possibility of using video for coaching on the sidelines. That's not approved yet, but you can still use pictures. They've got to send his picture down to their defense and say, you see him? Cover him.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott, a 12-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll cut the lead to 17-7.
17. Cowboys 7.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Pettis now from his end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
And they are back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
That was a good run, and it got to the 2nd level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Finding room in midfield. And out across midfield down to the 45. 22 yards on the catch and run, a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
They'll give this to Akers running right, and he'll work down inside the 45. The Rams at 500, 3-3 through the season's first 6 weeks. They come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here. It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Back to throw, Stafford. And this will be broken up and incomplete. Now a penalty flag down, and they may be going backward here. So instead of giving them another third down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
And he will step out of bounds all the way down inside the 40. 63 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Yardage-wise, he's in the top handful of backs in the league so far this season. A great run there.
He's going to love that standing when it comes to contract time. But even more so, his team loves it because he gives them an identity and sets a tone.
In motion goes the tight end. They keep on the ground with Elliott. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think about is protecting the football, not gaining yards.
Throwing on second down, Prescott. He'll fire deep downfield for Lamb, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Looking right sideline, that's complete. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Jalen Guyton.
40 yards.
And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Pettis now from his end zone.
Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And this is going to be brought back for a fumble return touchdown by the Cowboys. So problems here on special teams, and it results in the scoop and the score.
They talk all the time on special.
And oh, it's blocked. It's picked up, a live ball here. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 50, the 30, 10, 5, and he takes it the distance across the goal line for 2 points. Well, I think there was a lot of surprise from the kicking team there. After the block, they kind of froze and then realized, oh, wait, they can return this, and they returned it all the way.
And you know why they froze? Not often do you get that second sound, right? There's the kick, you hear that, and then there's that second thud when there's a block. That's when people
taking it right down Broadway. And he will take this one all the way back inside the 35-yard line.
I know the special teams coach will not permit himself a smile here, but inside, he's glowing. This is what he practices for. This is what he schemes. This is what he watches take to put himself and his team in a position to score points. An absolute dream return.
Across the middle, and this pass complete to Cooper Kupp.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. He got 29 yards that time. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So it's first and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break.
They'll run here with Akers.
And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now.
They go back to the ground, this time Swift.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Big play coming here. It's third and goal.
Here's Stafford. Flush to him, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Credit that sack to Dante Fowler Jr.
Third and goal, they decided to throw for it, but how about the play defensively? Couldn't find anyone open, left him nowhere to go with the football, had to absorb the sack.
A 35-yard attempt.
Gay's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Pettis now from his end zone.
Oh, good return up past the 30. Past midfield. Still going. And he will score. Touchdown. It's been a back-and-forth game. A lot of points on the board. And that return right there kind of indicative of how this thing's going.
Yeah, you've seen both teams go at it. And as you just pointed out, both of them have found the end zone. But just like in boxing, you know the blow that hurts the most? The one you didn't see coming. And that often is the case when it comes in special teams.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So they'll try for 2 successful. And they push their lead up even further. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone. Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 3rd and 4 now.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd.
That is caught by Lamb. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Prescott on 1st down. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I like what they did there, because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used a slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Prescott off play action. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be diligent about throwing the flag.
And again, it's Prescott. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle.
And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks, because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. To throw is Prescott.
Left side to Lamb.
Touchdown, Cowboys! CeeDee Lamb, 30 yards.
And the Cowboys are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And the lead is down to a field goal. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
Pettis now from his end zone.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. The 40. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown.
Again, all the time, I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Extra point by Gain is up and good. And these guys will take a 10-point lead. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff.
Pollard to return from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they looked up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, This drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
And I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Prescott.
He'll find Lamb. That's complete.
20.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and you can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he loses the football a second time. And now the Rams have got it, going the other way. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Do you remember in preseason when we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Here's a run with Akers on 2nd down.
And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
On 2nd and 12, Stafford.
They'll try and set up the screen to Swift.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Stafford. And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Here comes the Rams punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll just punch it out of there, and it's not a great kick. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. A 1st down throw for Prescott. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Terrell Lewis. He brought the pressure on the blitz, and he gets there for a loss of 12.
Well, at least it wasn't a turnover like the last drive. You'd think they'd make an adjustment and be ready to make up for that turnover. Instead, just another big play for the defense on that snap.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Now Prescott. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turnover 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing. But I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Now a give, right side, Swift.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That good for 22 and a first down.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense, because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear. Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces, and I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking that time for Dante Pettis, and it's 3rd and 5.
Oh, they'll certainly be on the tablets going over that one for sure. Clearly, they were expecting something else out of the defense and couldn't adjust to make that completion happen.
This offense so far on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5.
They'll go with Akers here up the middle.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed, great penetration as they stepped out for the scrimmage.
So maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the 4th.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Thrown out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Sidney Jones. He juked him.
She's been one mistake after another on the offensive side of the ball. That's now 3 interceptions to go along with 2 fumbles for him. And if you're going to turn the ball over 5 times in a game, your chances to win have to be about 100 to 1. And it's not looking good for him here.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
Micah Parsons
Gets him for a loss of 5. He is so tough to handle on the blitz, and that's Exhibit A.
A CD, a little bit of feast or famine for him. He's had some success throwing the football, but also now he's been sacked 4 times.
Yeah, you just mentioned the 4 sacks, but you're right. He has managed to hang in there and make plays at times. His offensive line, they've got to figure it out and pick things up and give him more opportunities, and he has to help them by getting rid of the ball a little bit quicker as well.
1 yard is the loss. They back up even further to a 3rd and 15. Throwing is Stafford. That'll be caught. It's Cup. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. Fourth down, and we go from one Matt to another. Stafford heads off. Matt Gay gets set for the Rams field goal. From the left hash, this from 34. And Gay knocks this one through. And that will extend their lead even further.
So all things considered, that's not the final now, but it does make things exceedingly difficult now on the other side.
Yeah, because obviously now with a 16-point game, the other guys don't need just 2 touchdowns. They need a couple of 2-point conversions as well. Plus they'll need either a turnover or an onside kick in there somewhere. So you're just adding to the list of things that need to happen in sequence. And it's going to be a pretty tall order this late in the game.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Prescott. Escaping the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting it back on the sand.
Remember, throughout my career here in defensive coach, I always say, guys, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. Well, they put themselves in a great spot with this big lead, and they know they've got to throw the ball.
These pass rushers have to be salivating. It is pin your ears back time indeed. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's Brian Anger now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. They'll get 9 yards on the return there following a punt of 42. And the Rams are going to start this drive in great field position as they take over. They'll run out of the gun with Akers. And now defensively they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. Now Stafford. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Eli Apple. The 20. And he
takes this one back into the end zone, and the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So the touchdown was big. This almost equally big as they'll try to get it to a one-score game with a two-point conversion.
Here's Dak.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Derek Stingley picks it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Two scores down, two timeouts at their disposal. This is a critical onside kick. And the hands team for the Rams able to secure the football. Onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none.
They'll run right here with Swift.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown.
DeAndre Swift. His third rushing touchdown of the year. And the Rams look like they're about to put an end to their two-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
The Rams lead the offense on the field. They'll go for two. They'll try and throw for it. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple. And, of course, on the two-point try, had the option to run over that, so pass it through the Rams.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? Open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Pollard to return from the end zone. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This uses motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
From the red zone now, Prescott. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Chargers a lot of happy faces heading into the time as this one ends. And understandably so, not only did they get the win, but their offense was on fire in this ball game.
I have no idea what the top speed is on all those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, They certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Rams, they move back over 500 now at 4-3.